My advice to MIP 1501 students. Hope guys you're well. My advice to MIP student 1501. So let's talk about fractions, guys. Fractions. Let's talk about fractions. Well, my advice when it comes to fractions is that you need to know how to deal with different operations the fractions have, right? For example, let's consider this: a divided by d plus b divided by d. This is the rule, no? When the denominators are the same, when the denominators are the same, you add the numerator. Always ensure that your denominators are the same. You add the what? You add the numerator. So it's going to be a plus b divided by d. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, when you're given a subtraction, ensure the denominators are always the same. So we're having b all over d. So similarly, it will be a minus b, take one denominator, just as we did at the first rule. So ensure that the denominators are the same. When there's addition, you add the numerators. When there's subtraction, you subtract the numerators. Then the third rule, remember that this one involves what? Addition. And this one involves subtraction. We'll go to the third one that involves multiplication. Multiplication. The one that involves multiplication. Here we're given a divided by b. Consider given a divided by b multiplied by c divided by d. When you're given such, multiply the numerator by the numerator, meaning that a multiplied by a must be a times c and b times d, which will be ac, and this will be bd. So this is the rule. This is the rule. This is the rule. This is the rule, guys. So you must be very careful. So it's very important that when you're working with a multiplication, multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. Then lastly, it will be division. It will be division, guys. Consider we are given a divided by b divided by c divided by d. When we are working with such, we are going to use a method called tip and times, meaning that this symbol or this operation sign will change. We are going to look at the inverse of this, or the opposite of this, which is a multiplication. So that really it affects both the numerator and the denominator, meaning that the numerator will now become the denominator, and the denominator will become the numerator, meaning that it will be d all over c now. That's what will change. That's what will change in this case. So after that, you change the fraction to its reciprocal. Then lastly, you will multiply out. You will multiply the numerator. You will also multiply the denominator. So it's going to be a multiplied by d as well as b multiplied by c, right? So it will be AD as well as BC. Yes. So this is my advice, guys, regarding when you're working with fractions. This is what you should know. Ensure that your denominators are the same. You know? Ensure that your denominators are the same, right? So for example, let's say you were having that 1 over 2 as well as plus 3 all over 6. We can see that 2 gets into 6 3 times. So that means our LCD should be 6. So our LCD in this case should be 6. So when you want to make your denominators the same, you are going to multiply both. You are going to look at the multiples of 6 there. That will be 3 times 2. So to make this first fraction to have the same denominators as this, you are going to multiply by 3 since we have 2. So it's going to be 1 over 2 times 3 multiplied by 3 plus 3 all over 6. 1 times 3, it's 3. 2 times 3, 6. Then we are having 3 all over 6 as well as 3 all over 6. Then what are we having? The denominators are the same. Then you're going to have 6 all over 6, which will be 1. So that's how you can use these rules, guys. Know your story. Know your story. This is my advice to MIP students when it comes to examination and when you are preparing for your assignment. Remember, practice makes it perfect and early preparation is the best. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this channel. You only subscribe once. Thank you in advance.